I've been out of commission, but don't think I didn't see it, because BLM is heading for insolvency after plunging $8.5 million into the red. And I'm not even going to read any of that because I don't care. Because whether if they end up going bankrupt, or whether if they somehow pull a rabbit out the hat to make a lot of money back so that they could help the Black community, all this tells me in particular is that they had a lot of money that everybody with a working ear knew about. And a lot of people said, wait and see, and we're going to see them do things to benefit the Black community. And look at the community now. People in Chicago mad that Mexicans that are illegal immigrants are getting $70,000 or $7,000 in advances and appliances, and they're not getting anything. I wonder what organization that claims to care about Black people should have been helping you in that manner. But that's besides the point. It's funny to me, at least. We have an organization that has spent all this time dancing and parading around dead bodies for money, and y'all was cool with it. And y'all was cool with giving up your pocket money for that. In the middle of a pandemic, they made bank. They did everything necessary for themselves to make a dollar, and they got it. And you know what they did? Even though they got little splashes of donations to a lot of places that in reality haven't helped the Black community, they bought mansions. The owners bought mansions. Patrisse Cullors was giving out millions to people in her family so that they could have money in their pockets. I'm sorry, but I've mentioned this numerous times, and this is for all my content creators out there. How is the Black community going to get saved knowing that Patrisse Cullors bought a mansion with the intense purpose of having it be a space for content creators who just so happen to be Black? I'm sorry, but if you're one of the people who think it takes 4 to 10 years for you to be successful on YouTube because of your skin color, you suck at everything you do and you will never achieve. And that's your fault, not a random white man named Earl's fault. And you know what's so funny? Somebody watching this right now and they mad at me. They mad because I'm pointing this out. They saying, oh, but you need to understand that the organization does these things and you should be more considerate. Let me ask you a question. What if I could paint you a scenario where the BLM organization struck a deal for some lucrative stuff and they produced nothing? Oh, wait, I already got it. BLM co-founder loses multi-platform Warner Brothers deal after delivering no content on the contract. In October of the dead year 2020, 39-year-old Black Lives Matter co-founder and former leader Patrisse Cullors signed a multi-year contract with Warner Brothers Television Group to create content for their entertainment giant, but the studio quietly ended the relationship last year with no material produced. On Friday, a source familiar with the situation told the outlet the studio signed an overall deal with BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors at some point in 2020, but the deal expired at the end of October of last year, 2022. The deal, unfortunately, did not result in any produced shows. The agreement was a multi-year, multi-platform deal in which Cullors would produce original material, including scripted comedies and dramas, animated shows, and documentary series that would focus on Black stories. The content would go out on the distributors, broadcast, cable, and streaming platforms. Variety first reported on the deal in 2020, but did not disclose its value. Spoiler alert, and I'm just guessing. It was a lot of money. Previously, Cullors said in an interview that she was working on material for Warner Brothers, including documentaries focused on reparations and social mobility of Black Americans, as well as scripted programs on marijuana. Patrisse Cullors, who helped fund the BLM movement in 2013, stepped down from the organization after a real estate scandal emerged in May of 2021, when it was revealed she spent $3.2 million on 4 different homes in Georgia and California. Soon after more reports started to emerge, Black Lives Matter leadership using company funds for personal luxury. Upon stepping down, Cullors claimed that she was doing so in order to focus on her book and TV deal. In April of last year, Cullors said that 990 tax forms required for charities were triggering.
Yes, there has been so much clarity for me, a questioning for me. I don't know if I have clarity or answers yet, but I'm like, wow, this doesn't seem safe for us. This 990 structure, this nonprofit system structure, this is like deeply unsafe. Like this is being literally weaponized against us, against the people we work with. I can't tell you how many people are like, am I next? Like, are they going to do this to me? So there's not a lot of, that's like, when you know this, you run an organization, like people's morale in an organization is so important.
Yes.
But if their organization and the people in it are being attacked and scrutinized at everything they do, that leads to deep burnout. That leads to deep like resistance and trauma. And so I think that other piece for me around, you know, what I think is important for people to understand is, and it's connected to this question, but there is a misinformation and disinformation effort to not just challenge Black Lives Matter and the organization, but it's an experiment. If they win, then it's the next Black-led organization.
Yes, it is.
And then it's the next Black-led organization, and it's the next Black person who's leading that. And so it's so important that we pay attention to what's happening, and we don't allow for they have this they know what they're doing, like how to create the infighting, how to create the distrust. We have to stop it. We have to stop it before they do it. We have to shut it down. We have to be showing up against it. And so that has been really important to me too, like taking the time to kind of stand back and watch it happening and being like, oh, this is how this works. Like we are literally the experiment right now.
This is somebody who y'all trusted with y'all money, who told you that tax forms for charities triggered her. Now look, we all don't like taxes. I'm not going to sit here and say that she's in the wrong for saying that. I just think for somebody who's supposed to be benefiting the Black community, you're supposed to be knowledgeable for this. You got all that money from all these people who believe you was fighting for Black rights, and you did piss with it. You did stuff to benefit you. And the whole fucking time I'm pointing this out, other people pointing it out, and we getting called coons. We getting called anti-Black. Show of hands for anybody watching. What's more anti-Black? Pointing out an organization run by Black people is scamming Black people, or scamming the Black people using dead Black people? And for the people in the back that's going to still ride this pony, and you say things like, oh, I only support the words. Listen, I get that you think that that's your scapegoat, but in reality, I guarantee you, in all these low income areas, some Black person died and there's no protest for them. There's no riot. There's no call for justice. It's just on local news and then it's over with. And a lot of y'all not going to pay attention to it because apparently it's not as important as a white guy doing something to a Black person, because in the world we live in, racism is the only key. White people bad, Black people are always going to be the victim. So my question to everybody, plain and simple, with this organization, even with the words, are y'all done? Are y'all done looking stupid? Are y'all done thinking these people care about you? They don't. They paraded around two names and made a lot of money. Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. Some people tried to add on other names, but they didn't stick as much as George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. They used them names to make all that fucking money. And where's the Black community now? Still looking like shit. Still people complaining about reparations and wanting money. You got an organization that made bank, and now they're going around probably going bankrupt because all that money they didn't put to good use. They put it towards a selfish use. So as I end this video, I just want everybody to know one key thing, and it's the same thing that I've said numerous times. Fuck Black Lives Matter. The fuck out of here.